The name of the person I care for with SMS is Eve Donnelly, and she's 9.
Grace is 5, she'll be 6 in September.
My daughter's age is 24.
Amy's 25.
Cassie's 25 years old.
His age is 23. Alfie's 6 years old.
She is 10 years old. Daughter is Elizabeth.
Leanne is 30 years old.
Sam is 9 years old. My son Max is 7.5 years old.
She was 4 or 5. The indicator was the behaviours.
She was diagnosed 3.5.
Yeah. It's just ongoing things. Just not developing like other kids and things like that.
But we weren't expecting it to be SMS.
She was diagnosed a week old and she had multiple things wrong with her.
Amy was diagnosed at the age of 20. It was through genetic counselling and a blood test that she was picked up as having Smith-Magenis.
Cassie was born in 1992, but it was 7 years before Cassie was diagnosed with Smith-Magenis syndrome.
1 month. And it was just the doctor said he saw something that just didn't seem quite right. I think it was in the bridge of the nose. It was a bit wider than that, you know.
He was 4 months old when we got the results. He was tested at birth because the paediatricians in the neonatal unit noticed that he got conjoined toes and he got abnormal facial features.
She was diagnosed at aged 8. The main problems were sleep disorders, behaviour, meltdowns, compulsive eating.
Leanne was 14 years old. Prior to that, she had a non-specific chromosome abnormality diagnosed at 15 months.
Max was born premature and at 32 weeks and 4 days, and he had a large hole in his heart and he had an absent kidney. So the geneticists ran a test to find SMS, so he was diagnosed at 30 days old. Sam was 22 months old when he was diagnosed with Smith-Magenis syndrome. He wasn't holding his head up very well when he was lying on his tummy, and he was very hypertonic around the tummy area. He also didn't walk unaided and he hadn't got any speech. We sent him off for testing for Prader-Willi syndrome, and then in the end it came back that he had SMS.
Eve goes to an autistic school, which is a great setting. There's only 6 people in her class.
She's in mainstream and special needs. It's mixed, a school, so it's half mainstream, half special needs, which fits Grace perfectly.
She goes to day centre 5 days a week and she lives at home with us.
Amy went to a normal mainstream school, but it had a special base unit that looked after children with special needs.
She now lives at home with us, her parents, and has a PA that takes her out on a regular basis while we work.
The environment that Cassie lives in is a home environment. We've struggled to get her into other environments which the local councils would like her to attend.
They can't meet her needs, can they?
They struggle to meet her needs. She can be a little aggressive. We've found ourselves in a home situation.
So we have family care for her throughout the day.
He went to a moderate learning difficulties school, and then college. He does things with MenCap, social events and things like that. Alfie is in a special school that he goes to full time, and he's been there 2 years. It's really small classes. Great therapists, great teachers, so he's doing really well.
She's still in mainstream education.
Since we got the diagnosis, I've got a statement here, and she's now got a 1-to-1 in school. And we've also got a social worker for her.
Leanne lives independently with carers 24/7.
Max lives at home with me and his dad, and he goes to a typical school where he is mainstreamed about 80% of the day and spends the rest of the day in a special needs day class working on critical skills. Sam lives at home with me and his dad and his little sister. He goes to a mainstream primary school and he's in a specialist language unit where he has access to small group work and lots of speech and language therapy.